Yeah, why you don't want your PCP to manage your TRT? I thought was, excuse me, sweating a little here. It still is hot and it's monsoon season here, so the humidity's climbing. So it's about 98 degrees out, plus the humidity's cranking. But yeah, why you don't want your PCP to manage your TRT? Everyone thinks that's the not everyone, but people think that's a worthwhile goal. I'll get dialed in, I'll get my primary care, it'll take care of me. My insurance will cover it. Is their goal? Then they actually get that to happen, and they're not super happy with the results, right? Because it just doesn't go how they want it to. The primary care doctor's either not interested, doesn't know how to do it, he screws it up. Usually all the above. So it's not.
Yeah.
Then they end up, either coming to us or coming back to us, and we have to kind of fix what got screwed up.
Yeah, and so I'll say just kind of there's a couple reasons, somewhat of a rebuttal on my end. One, we've talked about it in previous lives and stuff, but I would just say from the time savings, by the time, you have to convince them to draw your labs. They reluctantly draw your labs, and then they do, and then they say, well, no, you probably don't need it. Let's try this first, and they try this first, and they put you on Clomid, or maybe they don't even care and you're still just doing it. But then, if you just kind of time from the time you went in the first time to the time you felt better, it can be months, if not a year. And then let's say they finally do agree to put you on it, then it's one injection every 2 weeks, and maybe it's an appropriate dose, probably not. Because as we've kind of talked in the past, that the guidelines are still pushing what would we look up 50 to 400 milligrams
Yeah.
every 2 to 4 weeks. It's like just
Yep.
these atrocious protocols, which none of that. And so it's like, again, PCPs are amazing. They're very smart, and I think people are discrediting them more and more these days. And I don't think that needs to be the case, because there's a lot of very good PCPs, but when it comes to hormone management, I just feel that they're going off the guidelines, which are not really caught up to how people need to be treated from a hormone standpoint. And so I've had guys, go through that rigmarole, get on a bad protocol, try it for 3 months, and then their hematocrit's high, they're having to donate blood, and then their ferritin's low, and then it's like they finally just want to try something else if they haven't given up, and then they come in, and then it takes us a little bit to get them on the back, but they do start feeling better, 4 to 6 weeks. So anyways, I would say sometimes it can just save them a year of getting things on track. And even though it may have been cheaper, so to speak, to get them going, man, if you'd have just kind of done it out the gate with, like, obviously we're biased towards clinician owned clinics, but if you can get with a clinician owned clinic, then they care about it a lot more than just here's protocol, see you later. It's like, oh, hey, let's dive into lifestyle more. Let's get to know you. Let's see if we can get this squared away. What much better. And as we've talked about, it may not be testosterone every time. It is powerful and it helps a lot of guys, but it's like we can pick up on other little nuances that may be holding you back, rather than just like keep cranking up your dose or keep throwing peptides at you or whatever. It's like we'll just troubleshoot a little better. So that's kind of long-winded of my quick rebuttal in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, you go to your primary care doctor, and they're more generalists. I mean, general practitioner, another way to say it, right? And they do a good job at directing traffic for you. Where do you need to go? Who's a specialist that you need? And if they happen to have a deep interest in a specific thing, sometimes they can be that specialist. And a lot of times TRT is not that thing.
Yeah.
Unless you happen to get a guy who's also on TRT himself, he's probably not super interested in, or he has some other sort of buy-in. He treated a family member, a friend, whatever. A patient that really, was a special thing for him. But a lot of times they just don't know how to do it. Like you said, they're opening up these guides to take a quick look, and guidelines aren't. aren't intended for specialists. They're intended for a general practitioner to take a look and see how to get things started or how to do it. And yeah, they're pretty crappy. They're pretty crappy. I mean, the best guidelines, if you pull up a popular guide like medication guide like Hippocrates, if you look for transgender care, it has the best thing that talks about maybe frequent dosing, right? But it's just very specific to that because that's what the literature says. For everyone else, yeah, you might get some crazy thing, 50 to 400 every 2 to 4 weeks or something wacky. So not the best, and not you don't always want what you think you want. So get in that TRT from your PCP. Does not usually go well.
Matt's trying to get on, so
oh, is he? Oh, let's see where he is here. Let's see.
TikTok just kicked me off because I have my child lock on my social media allotted time for the day because I'm a child and I have to put boundaries on myself.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. Is Matt in here as a
he's coming
as a viewer? Oh, he's trying to.
When he said he's on Riverside. Hold on.
A Riverside. Did I send you guys a Riverside link?
No, I just thought that's what it was going to be.
Oh, sorry, I should have clarified. Yeah, so
there's got to be one of those platforms that you can just kind of host, and that way it goes to like the desktops and stuff. But
probably, I thought this was going to be better than it is with the desktop for. I just assumed we could all use the desktop for TikTok and it would just record the thing properly.
It's weird. I was trying to get it and I just couldn't get it to pop up. But anyways, I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, it'll work for this time. I'll have to take a look and see if there's a different streaming one besides Riverside that'll let you multi-stream.
All right, Matt's in here. So
is he in there? Let's see where he is.
It said TRT Dad joined.
I sent him an invite.
Oh, yeah, Matt, there he is. He's here.
At the top, it says join is where I was clicking.
Or there should be a thing that says request.
I sent an invite, so maybe that would.
Yeah, I clicked on one for him too. So hopefully he'll be able to hop in there and see.
Whoever's in here, give us some screen taps for some likes. That way we can get more people in here. And I can answer 8,000 questions on aromatase inhibitors because I just love that.
Yeah, those are pretty popular. Do you?
Honestly, this is the sole reason why we started our podcast.
Really? Like that's what?
Serious. That was the main driver. We did so many live. Like we did lives. I want to say it was about 2 years ago, November, and October, November, and it's like. Do you remember the movie 50 First Dates? 10 Second Tom.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's what it was like. So it was like 10 Second Tom. Like I would answer a question, and then 10 seconds later, somebody would come in and ask the same question. And I was just like, it's just the nature of how TikTok is, because like anybody can come and go as they please. So it was always kind of funny.
Yeah.
Oops, I just accidentally invited someone else in there. So I don't know.
All right, welcome. Hector's on here. What's up, man?
Welcome, Hector. You're now contributing.
Yeah. I just wanted to solidify that I don't know what the hell I'm doing, so I'm just clicking on.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
It's like, thanks, Grandpa.
Nice.
The Tadalafil experiment resulted me in going back on Tadalafil. That's pretty much how it went.
I didn't know there was an experiment going.
I went off of it for a while just to see how things would go. I didn't notice any change in what I was wanting it to change. What
changes were you looking for?
We were trying to figure out the sensitivity argument, where some men on TRT lose sensitivity, where there's nothing for that. And I've heard there's no clear data for it, but through the grapevine, it was, well, if you take Tadalafil every day, it could cause some desensitization. So I stayed off of it for like 2 to 3 weeks, and I didn't notice any change in that. So I was like, okay, probably not Tadalafil then.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting.
I know we were trying with
it's always a trial and error kind of with the delayed ejaculation and the decreased sensitivity.
I wouldn't say it's not really delayed. It's just like you can never really get there.
Gotcha.
It's like there he is.
My face.
You finally made it.
No, you got to click on it, and then
you have to click like your camera to pop
last
up.
time I saw you.
There we go.
not yet.
Nope. Not yet.
There we go.
All right.
All right. All the boys are here.
This went well.
I'm gonna do like the mic pose. I'm gonna get my arms out here, like get them real big. I'm gonna just sit here like jack the whole time.
I bought some bigger
t-shirts. I can move around.
I bought some bigger T-shirts, man. I don't know.
Did y'all get an adult Gap in y'all's town, so you don't have to just buy it baby Gap?
Yeah, I switched to adult size clothes for you guys.
Have you tried a man NAD dose yet, or are you still on your woman doses?
No, I haven't used NAD in a little while. I should get another bottle and give it a crack. I gave it a break for a bit. I was really liking it, but it's like a lot of these things. You use it for a while and it kind of it loses its luster a bit. You're like, am I really still feeling something? Because at first with NAD, the first couple of weeks on that, I really got a blast from it. I felt nice burst of energy, feeling pretty laser focused. Maybe I needed some today. Probably should have started it back up, but I need to give it another try. But yeah, I'll try a more masculine dose next time of NAD. I'll let you know.
I went up on my thyroid dose as a just a little experiment, just to see if I can feel anything. And overall, I like it thus far. So,
how much is it? Armor or Nature Thyroid? Or
I've just been I will do the compounded T3 and T4 and just match the desiccated thyroid dosing, the splits on it. And so it's about 120 worth of, it's a pretty good dose.
Yeah, it's a pretty good dose.
Yeah, my thyroid's been weird. Like I wasn't on it for the longest time because my free T3 is just cruising at 5.3. So it's like, I don't need it. And then my PSH went up and my free T3 went down to 2.8. And so I was like, I'll give it a go now. And it's nice. I don't really take any caffeine after lunch anymore and just kind of feel mood stability a little bit better overall. So I'd say is a positive.
Nice. Yeah, I just reviewed some labs on a guy yesterday. He said he's been going to his PCP. He tells him his labs are always fine. So his total testosterone was 301. TSH was 15. He's like, no one knows. No one can tell me what's wrong with me. He's like, dude, I think we can fix you. I think this is going to be pretty easy.
Man, and how do they just let the TSH 15 slide?
I don't know if they just didn't check. I don't know the last time they checked it. The most current labs he had, the most current 2 sets didn't have one on there, and he didn't know if they checked one before or not. But I've seen a lot of primaries. They'll let that TSH slip into. So everyone gets all excited and upset if they see hemoglobin, hematocrit, or testosterone slip into the red or have an H next to it. But for some reason, TSH, they don't give a crap about that. Like, it's fine. It's just a little bit, just a little out of range. It's it's only 6. You're probably fine. Let's keep an eye on that. Like, really, guys, has all the classic signs of hypothyroidism, and you don't care that it's out of range. So I don't know. I don't get it. It's very strange.
Maybe they don't know.
Yeah, and even then, like, I still struggle with trying to, follow the PCP guidance. Again, PCPs are really good. They are very smart.
There you go.
Overall, but man, I see it all the time. Basically, just checking a TSH, and then if they add anything else, they check a total T4. And it's like,
yeah, I get that a lot too. Just had that today.
That's not the active hormones, And, it's not like I ever use total T4 to manage, levothyroxine and stuff. And I think their rationale is like, well, I just want to make sure they have enough, but why not see the downstream active hormones and treat based off of that, I don't know. So that's just another thing. And even, y'all are probably similar, but on thyroid, I'll put a guy on thyroid, TSH of 3.3, and a free T3 of 3.0 if they're still dragging a bit on testosterone. Why not try and get that TSH under 2, get the free T3 up closer to 4.5 or so. And people typically do better, one, energy, brain fog. You see lipids improve a bit, and hemoglobin A1C alone will improve. These PCOS females, I have a very low threshold to try and crank up their thyroid to help PCOS and get their weight down a bit as well. But that's another kind of thing that I feel that they just don't get a complete picture. And some PCPs get decent lab work with the free T3, but some of them get like a CBC, a CMP, and maybe a hemoglobin A1C. Not even that time, they'll just say, oh, I don't need that because I'm going to go off their fasting glucose, and maybe a lipid panel, and it's like, yeah, you may uncover some, but that's just not, I think, conducive of what you want. I wouldn't want that from a screening overall.
Yeah, no, it's tough. It's tough. I had some, personal experience with this. My wife had half of her thyroid out years ago, and so she had some prior labs showing where she was before. She had this, she had this growth, and they only took out half. They should have just taken the whole damn thing probably while you're in there. But and then afterwards, no one wanted to treat her. So now her thyroid numbers look like crap. She feels like crap, and they're like, no, it's still normal. And her TSH is like 6 or something stupid. No one wanted to check any other labs, and she suffered for a little while till we got her, got someone to prescribe for her. This was before I had some prescriptive authority, so I couldn't just drop the hammer myself. It was pretty frustrating. Treat her like a drug seeker, like, oh, you're just trying to get thyroid. Like, no, you took out half the fucking organ, man. Like, what do you why is this so surprising? And why can't we try it? And then and you were talking about too, Mason. You have these normal numbers, and why not just make them optimal? And the answer you'll hear is, oh, we're going to make your bones crumble, and we're going to give you a fatal arrhythmia, right? It's always the worst possible thing. Like, no, that's not the way this works. It's not gonna do any of that crap. It's unfortunate.
Whenever it's not pathological and like Graves' disease is different. But whenever it's like somewhat just optimization and we're, manipulating it ourselves, it's pretty safe and people can tolerate way higher than what we're really giving them credit for. The vast majority can, not everybody.
Yeah, no, for sure, without a doubt. We have a comment in here. It looks like if free T is high, but H&H isn't high, and I don't have anxiety/aggression, is there a reason to come down? So I guess you're asking a reason to reduce your dose and your testosterone levels. So let's see. So a high free
define
T.
High.
Yeah, define high by whose standard too, right? Your high high is probably in the sweet spot where most of us want to see it. Yeah, let us know what you mean by high. But generally,
I routinely have 42 nanograms of free T or total T. Because 42 nanograms total T would be extremely low.
Initially, you said free. Yeah, free.
42 of free is great. Perfect. Right where you want to be, bro.
Yeah. Blood pressure, fluid retention, all that stuff, you're not really symptomatic with anything and overall tolerating it okay. I mean, it's not a knee jerk and like, it's red, you got to come down. It's just, as long as everything else is tolerated.
Some magic spot. Like I usually say my range is, most guys feel best between 20 and 40 nanograms free testosterone. That's that's kind of the range we look at. But is there something magic? Again, if you tipped over to 42, there's not. It's just like if your hematocrit tipped over to 54.2. Is it? Oh my god, we better bleed you out so you don't throw a clot. It's just not a thing. So yeah, if you feel good there, some guys don't feel good there. People think they want high testosterone. They get there like, I don't feel so great. But if you feel good and it's not affecting your other health markers, yeah, carry on, man. I think that's all fine and good.
Do you want to know something funny? My mom's in here.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Mrs. Dole.
No, it's just a different last name.
Dang, it was like swing and a miss.
All right, yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Optimization.
Yeah,
yeah. There you go.
You raised a fine son here. Good job.
She's Jeej. That's her nickname for
nice.
like
Oh,
grandma.
yeah, all right. Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks for hanging with us. We'll try to trying to get too crazy here.
That's like my Instagram posts are basically like me, my mom, and sometimes Mike likes them. And that's about the extent of my Instagram likes, for a lot of my posts.
No, it's good. It's always good to have your family as like your number one fan. So
yeah,
it's cool. It's good that they sing your praises. I appreciate that.
Yeah. No, it's nice. It's nice for sure. Yeah,
not biased or anything.
Your stuff really pops up in mine. Occasionally, I'll get a notification that I'm still a super fan of yours.
Nice, yeah. I think I have a top fan badge on your stuff as well. I mean, if anybody sees, if I pop up on anybody's, if y'all scroll through mine, I like every time, and try and comment,
Same.
and so just to keep all of our algorithms fresh,
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good stuff. Plus
Matt, I was hoping you were going to be shirtless this go around.
I just got back from football practice. I have to wear a shirt at football.
Oh,
no T Dizzle today.
No T Dizzle today.
Oh man, that was good. I don't know how you kept a straight face doing that at all.
It took like 6 times before I
would have been dying.
My wife was in the room too, so she kept laughing, and then I started laughing. I'm like, "Would you stop?" I finally was like, "Get out! You have to get out."
Did you make a video? Was there a video associated with that? I saw the picture you put up. Oh, there was.
There was a video.
Oh, I missed that. Video. I'll have to find it.
Yeah, he looks like he's straight out of Magic Mike.
Yeah. Well, I saw the picture. I saw the.
Is that the hat you're wearing? Do you have those hats?
Oh, this is my football hat.
Those are pretty sweet hats.
Oh, the one he had on was from my.
It's from
my clinic.
I had to. It was like I had to find a newer hat. So Josh gave me a bunch of hats. So I had to straighten the brim because all my hats have like have like this, like a normal person.
He had on this one here.
I needed a straight brim one. So
that's pretty
Josh
solid.
just gave them to me, and it wasn't like bent up. I had the straight brim, so I straightened it as best I could, and then. I did my best impression of basically everyone that's promoting TRT on TikTok.
Do y'all know the
FYP?
Yeah. Do y'all know the brand Kuyu for hunting?
Yeah.
Yes.
I got their camo blank hats, and so we put our Live Oak logo on it, and that's what I've been wearing. I typically have one here, but that's definitely my favorite hat these days. My bougie hunting brand.
Nice. Yeah, I came across that brand. I was looking for some. We were taking a trip to some cooler weather. I was like, man, I need some more clothes here, and that came up. I was like, oh, these look like the real deal, though. This isn't. I'm gonna look like a real poser here if I'm not a hunter wearing these things. They look pretty cool. It's like some good gear.
Yeah, I wear the pants to clinic every day. It's nice. I can wear them for my clinic pants. I can walk out, trim trees with them. I can go hunting, go to church in them. Nice. So I just basically wear them all the time.
I'm old school. I have a bunch of Cryptex gear.
Oh, yeah. I like that camo too. Yeah.
Yeah, I have had that for like greater than 10 years. I probably should get some new equipment though. It's I'm kind of sizing out of it. It's a little snug now because I've put on some size.
Heck yeah. Got some gains.
Yep.
Well,
Matt, what's the TikToks?
The word on the street?
Hype these days.
Enclomiphene is making a big push again.
Nice.
Many young guys are saying that enclomiphene is the answer. Like I think someone just posted something the other day on one of my, I think it was one of my videos that he's been on Enclomiphene for 2 weeks and he feels amazing and he thinks everyone should do it. I was like, all right, like 2 weeks. That's what we're doing now. Like that's the bar now. Like once you get to 2 weeks, now
that's a long time in internet years.
Oh, in internet years, yeah. I guess it's like dog years. In internet years, that's probably like 15 years.
It's like what do you call it? 15 minutes of research on TikTok is the new PhD.
Right.
It's the same.
Yeah, you probably don't even need that much, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you just read it right off the screen.
Yep, that and ChatGPT, and you're a doctor.
Yeah, give me 12 50-cent words I can string together.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, there you go. You got it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking at the viewers on here. Is that 112 people watching? I don't even know how that goes. If that's active.
See, I think it's 10. Or I thought it was 10.
10? Oh. Yeah. Oh man. Well, let's see. Oh, real time. Oh, total viewers 122. Real time 10. Well, thanks for ruining that for me, Mason. That's great.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
Now there's 11. So yeah, if you guys have any TRT questions, let us.
You gotta tap the screen. You gotta get them likes.
Yeah, got to get the likes up.
That's why if you see my hand, I'm literally just tapping likes.
My thumb is in overdrive.
Gotcha. Okay. I
like
Enclomiphene, like I think we've kind of talked about it. I have a use case for it in a young guy that, is maybe actively trying to conceive and everything, but it's definitely not my first line. Like I do think testosterone is much better. Like we've all said it, you don't have an enclomiphene deficiency, you have a testosterone deficiency. And so like it can help. It has a use case, but with like primary hypogonadism where like the testicles cannot output any more, then, more signal is not going to output appropriate levels. And so if your testicles are, especially in an older guy, if you're 50 plus, fertility is not an issue, your testicles have done the time, you're going to get...
that thing I linked today was a 62-year-old guy.
Oh, and
did you read that? I'm like, come on, man. Like, why is this stuff getting posted? But I didn't know how to respond to it. I just kindly exited myself out the door without leaving a comment.
Yeah, probably you wouldn't have made much ground probably anyway.
It's kind of what I figured. I was like, you know what? This is going to be kind of pointless for me to even attempt to educate this person. So I'm just going to exit stage right.
Yeah, at 62, I wonder if their 30-something-year-old kid is maybe chimed in on it. Hey, I'm thinking about doing TRT. No, Dad, you don't want to do that. Hey, watch this guy from Hardly Meds, what he has to say about some crap.
I saw a guy named T Dizzle talking about he sells Enclomiphene. It's better than TRT, and then he tells the dad that all you got to do is take a pill.
Yeah, isn't that better? Yeah, there you go. Now you're not good stuff.
I got a question for Mason. Mason, a guy reached out to me because you were talking about Enclomiphene. He's a younger guy. He's like 20. What did he say? He was 28 or 29. And he wants to get on TRT, but he wants to. In the next 6 months, I think he's looking to. Him and his wife want to have their second child. So he was talking about maybe doing Enclomiphene. So just for like up until the point where they conceive, and then he would jump on the test. So
how
many months ahead should he take Enclomiphene?
No, it's a good presentation of a decent guy that has somewhat of a use. Meaning, what I'm going to really assess for is how symptomatic is he to begin with. If this dude's suffering, like I'm going to have a LH and FSH, and to help kind of guide. If those are high, he's not going to get much of an output. If they're low, mid-range, lower, and he's 28, he's going to have probably a decent response. I don't think it can just be out of the window completely. Some of the sperm parameters, so it does make you more fertile. but sometimes it takes months. It's not quite you take it and your semen count goes from 30 million to 100 million. It takes 6 to 12 months to really get a good semen count. And, I have probably 2 or 3 guys that have a decent response to it that are kind of in that same boat. And so really, but I've also done it where I just do it for like 3 months and then let them coast from it and don't even continue it. Like, I don't think Enclomiphene, another thing that it's sold as is it's just oral TRT. I don't think it needs to be a long-term treatment like testosterone. I don't want you on Enclomiphene continuously for 2-3 years, and so if you're feeling subjectively better on it, I say it's good he could start it now and continue. And then once they are trying to conceive, keep on it. I mean, it's not going to hurt the sperm count. And if you feel subjectively better, then that's great, but if you get floaters or, it can somewhat worsen lipid profiles, which in a 28-year-old, I'm not that too worried about. So very long-winded. That would be somebody I would trial it in, especially because it would be kind of tough. If they're suffering, like just can't hardly, they don't even want to try to have a second kid, like libido is poor. I'll still just do testosterone and add HCG at that point.
Right.
I'll get a baseline sperm count. But if they're like, nah, I just want a little better levels, I want to see how it does. I mean, I'll try it for 3 months on them and see how they do.
I think Oliver has a question. Harley Meds, question mark?
I don't think any of us have any major positives to say about that. At the same time, I don't think we're going to talk negatively. We just don't have anything positive to say.
Yeah, I like kind of again, this is very biased as we all have clinics, but I just think the provider-owned clinics, you're just going to get more personalized care, a little bit more involvement instead of just cookie cutter protocols and automated responses and everything. And again, I don't know anything about Harley Meds. I'm not going to say that's specific to them. I just know anytime you work with a provider-owned clinic that they are going to care about basically every person that they see. So I will be biased towards working with a clinic.
I can tell you for a fact that their doctors that do prescribe also work for like 3 other online TRT clinics. So if you leave one because you don't like it, you're just going to go. Chances are you might go to the same place and get the same people.
Yeah,
so
you're just getting the same medical group who are the directors
correct.
for multiple. Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly how it works. So I agree, Mason, and yes, maybe we are, quote, a little biased, but I think we have a lot more skin in the game than some of these other people that are just turning over orders for profit, where I feel like, I don't want to say that these people, quote, don't care, but I think the attention to detail goes 10 times further with the provider-owned clinic, for sure.
Yeah, I like to think it's a little more personal. I mean, people are surprised sometimes that I answer the phone. Like, wait a minute, you're the guy I saw in the video,
same.
and then you answered the phone. I clicked on the thing, and it's like, it's how it goes. It's not a big giant
Well, I mean,
corporation.
never mind that, it's like I answered the phone and you're like, I'm in Hawaii. No.
Yeah, that's fine. You don't need to know where I am.
See, my boy Seawater is in here. He wrote, fellas, he's excited that Josh is taking Missouri because he's been waiting.
I'll tell you. Hold on. Let me give the status on that. I can tell you, I have my handy dandy form of licensing information.
I think he's locked into the clinic he's at now until December, I think.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it was. So Missouri was fully submitted on July 30th. So as of right now, what we have back is outside of what we currently have. We added Kentucky officially, and Ohio is also available. But we're not going to roll them out piecemeal. They're going to kind of come out in big chunks. So,
gotcha.
Nice. Yeah, I have my New York licensing rolling, so sometime within the next year.
There you go.
For New York.
Yeah. Honestly,
they wanted to
issue
know
I
when I
had with them
graduated
was-
kindergarten. That was one of the
Yeah,
questions.
you might as well have, applied then.
I should have
What
applied
a
to
mess.
kindergarten. Yeah, why do they need to know the address of my kindergarten? It's
I don't
literally
know,
on the
man.
form.
Some of the states, New
That's
York's
a
also
literal
sucks
question?
because
It's on there. Yeah, when did you
it
go?
is, yeah.
It's on there.
They also New York sucks because you have to submit all of your licensures to them. So if you had let's say you were in 49 other states and New York was your last one, you'd have to submit all 49 licensures to that state. So you have to go to every state board and request that it gets sent to them.
Yeah.
So it's a mess. So apply for them early, or it'll be like a huge.
Try to make it difficult.
Yeah,
I
I'll
figured
go
it was a
ahead
good
and
state
just-
to get because I speak the language, so I figured it would be an easy one to step
right,
into, but
right. You're an NY native, so
I can understand what people are saying.
I'll just gladly refer to y'all. I'll let y'all take that, and I'll refer to y'all.
Yeah, it's true. If they call Mason, they might not know what the hell he's saying. I'm like, I don't even know what happened.
Yeah, that dude's
Talking to
just
some
he
guy from Texas.
Yeah, it takes 3 years to say anything.
That's why your appointment's at 3 hours.
Yeah, they do take a little bit.
That's funny. I like it. Actually, I have a question here that I received by text. So I'll text this guy back, but we could maybe answer it live here. I won't say his name. It says, "Hey Mike, I have some chest sensitivity around the lower chest area, right nip. Could this be E2 related? I'm on the same dosage weekly, but missed a few injections due to traveling." What do you think?
Great question.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. You start.
Yeah, I was gonna also just say, "What's up, Big Sexy?" Shout it out. So I just wanted to say that.
Nice.
But yeah, man, it's a great question because it comes up all the time, and I like to know too. How long have they been on, and what's their dosing regimen and scheme? Is it going to be E2 directly? Probably. That's going to be lower on my threshold on saying yes. As we've talked about, I don't check estradiol routinely unless somebody just requests it, just because I'm not going to be actionable on the E2 levels specifically. I'm going to be more adjusting the testosterone dose. That nipple sensitivity is somewhat expected for the first 8 to 12 weeks and should cool down. I do like smaller, more frequent dosing to help kind of address it. Sometimes it's just a time thing, or if they just recently changed their dose. So I'm not going to be adding any type of anastrozole or anything like that, but I'd probably switch to smaller, more frequent injections if they're not, or just give expectation of just probably need a little bit more time if they change something recently.
Yeah, I think that's good advice. Yeah, and this guy said he missed a couple of doses while he was traveling, and now he notices this thing. So I always tell guys, any change in protocol is when you're more likely to see, perceived negative effects. So whether it was a recent dose change or, recently just started your medication or some other change. So a few missed doses could throw you off a little bit. I don't know. There's probably not much to it. It's probably just going to shake out on its own, give it some time. There's nothing to rush and do. I'm not going to reply back to this guy, "Oh, let's rush and get some labs," or, "Hey, I'm writing you a script for an AI." It's going to be more a case, give this thing a couple of weeks. You're probably going to be fine. It's just going to be nothing to it. Get back on your regular routine. No worries.
So I just got a text from T Dizzle. He has an answer. He talked to a bunch of the guys on Reddit and TikTok. He says it's gyno and you need anastrozole immediately.
Yeah.
Do not collect go, or do not pass go. Do not collect on $200. Go straight to jail.
You have nipple sensitivity. It's gyno. You're getting gyno.
Yeah. I saw someone talking about esters on one of the forums. And, I forget what it was, but they were claiming that, whatever it was gave them gyno after 3 injections.
Yep.
Oh,
Like
wow.
I tried an anthate, man, that gave me gyno after the third shot. Don't do that. Like,
Do you think it's that these people just have a very high degree of body dysmorphia, and that like any little tiny shred of like puffiness or whatever, which by the way can typically happen when you use 19 Norse, FYI, that it's just they look at it and they go, that looks bigger than yesterday. It's probably gyno. Like,
oh yeah.
you
No,
know,
I think so for sure. I think probably some dysmorphia, probably some health anxiety, probably one thing from each of those columns. And then it's easy to fixate and think that, hormones fix everything and hormones cause everything too. Like, oh, I'm feeling
yeah,
fatigued.
because
My program must be off.
the people that I see that are like just out enjoying their life, these things don't come up at all, like ever.
No.
Yeah.
So,
And yeah, one of the easiest ways to get symptoms is to spend time on a TRT forum. I mean,
yeah,
I encourage
it's a
people to
quick
do
way.
it, and I'll point out some good groups and things. But at the same time, you're probably better off just not doing it, just living your life. And you hired me to manage your care, or one of you guys, and just let us do it. Trust us, and you take care of the rest of your life, and don't spend your time with a different hobby instead of hanging out on these forums and stuff. Except
Yeah,
for
they just
watching
kind of
stuff
get
like this
neurotic
live.
about it.
Come on in and join us.
Yeah. Yeah. And we'll just kind of ease and again, just kind of set expectations. I mean, I had a guy almost that exact same question today, but he just recently started. And so I'm like, hey, let's just chill. We'll just chill for a little bit. Like I think we've talked about it in the past. I'm not like a huge fan of dim, like I'm throwing dim at everybody, but at the same time, I don't think it's harmful or anything like anastrozole. I think anastrozole is directly harmful, and so I don't like it ever. Dim, or eat some cruciferous vegetables, eat some broccoli a couple times a day, and you'll probably get close to the same amount of. I can't even remember the entire name of dim. Whatever, you get enough of the dim compound in some broccoli or Brussels sprouts, and then continue working on fat loss and change the dosing protocol if needed. But like this guy, I just kind of told him, it's like just give it another 6 to 8 weeks and chill and see, and I think we'll be just fine in that time.
So do you rub the broccoli on your nipples? That's how that works?
Yeah, you bathe in it and you make a
You make it
tea
into a puree.
out of the bath water, and you filtered that out.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. It makes sense. Seawater 30 says if you take anastrozole, you could play in the WNBA. So I think that if that could get you there, I think that's a case where I would sign off on this. I'm for it then. If they can get you a cool sports contract of some sort, then there's a good trade off. It's like guys taking a risk, taking a bunch of PEDs because they want to play in the NFL or something. Like I don't know. Maybe that's a risk worth taking.
Yeah.
I have a question for Mason and Mike. Why do we add progesterone to patients that don't have a uterus? Right? Because I hear a lot of people are checking online and they're seeing like, should I be taking this even though I had a hysterectomy or partial hysterectomy? What's your response to that?
Yeah.
No,
so
I think we love
Go ahead.
progesterone. Women just do so well on it, and it's the first thing that declines in perimenopause, and so that's really what gives way to like their frequent irregular, more painful periods. A lot of times is their lack of progesterone, which sometimes results in the hysterectomy. And I think bringing that sometimes helps. But now that typically you bring it on because you need the uterine protection, so you don't have unopposed estrogen. So you're not just building, and that can give rise to endometrial cancer and stuff. But then they say once you take the uterus out, then it's just a not needed hormone. But man, the amount of women that do really well on it in terms of sleep, anxiety, mood stabilization. I would say progesterone is probably just as important in women as testosterone is in guys. It just really has a profound impact on them. And so I have a super low threshold to bring in progesterone. It's kind of nuanced in how to use it in times. Of course, we like oral, but there are some that are just intolerant, which is sometimes hard to, sometimes the treatment for intolerant progesterone users is more progesterone, which, is sometimes hard to get someone to buy into. But
what would you say is progesterone intolerant? What would that be?
They typically get anxiety and worse moodiness. And, so then they're like, I hated it. But then it's like, okay, hear me out. Double the dose. And they look at me.
I was going to say, a lot of times that's why you don't start too low. You start too low, and now you're trying to convince someone they need more. Like, really? I don't know, man. That doesn't sound like a good deal. So you're better off starting a little bit, not super high, but at a reasonable dose. Starting too low with progesterone could be a problem for sure.
Yeah. What's your response, Mike? And
you start getting into some of the risks too with with cancers too, right? You'll see some of that. Like, well, you don't want to do this now. You're going to unnecessarily increase the risk of cancer where you don't need the uterine protection because you're not protecting your uterus anymore. So why do you want to do that? And now I think you're back to all these fantastic improvement in your life that you're going to get from it. You reduced anxiety or improved sleep. I mean, all those things aren't great for your risk of developing gnarly diseases too. So I think those are the big arguments you see with it. But that is common out there, Josh. You see a lot of talk about that. Oh man, did he fiddle with this phone?
We lost Josh a little bit.
Maybe
I'll keep it rolling.
Hey,
I'm still here.
Every time he doesn't like my answer,
answer
that's what he does.
I'm still
that's
here.
How you can tell. If Josh doesn't like your answer, he'll just do this Irish goodbye and click on the screen. He's just like, I'm out.
That's how it is. I'm just like, you just never know. I have a friend. It's kind of funny. Like we'll have get-togethers, and we're like, "Where's Tyler?" And like he'll be up in bed or something. Like nobody knows where Tyler is.
Yeah.
And he's like disappears, like because he gets tired or something. And you're like, "Where'd he go?"
I think it's okay. I like it. You're saving time. You don't need all the formalities of goodbye. It's not like I'm never going to see you again. It's
not the Pennsylvania goodbye that takes 20,000 years to do.
Yeah, it can really be a thing. Yeah, you get to say goodbye to 50 people. It's great. It's not. It's unnecessary. I like it. I like that. I like that style.
One of the other things that I'm kind of passionate about with women's health is their bone health. They're just so prone to osteoporosis, and progesterone does stimulate osteoblasts, which you have two different main bone cells that are always kind of coordination with each other. You have the osteoblasts, which are kind of your building, and osteoclasts, which are kind of your breaking down. And your bones are constantly breaking down, building, breaking down. Well, if those get imbalanced and the osteoclasts are more prominent, then that's where you can get like the osteoporosis and stuff. But this progesterone helps stimulate the osteoblasts to continue to help with the bone. Estrogen is super bone protective. And so I like both of those, especially in our postmenopausal women and even perimenopausal, because that's whenever you prevent the osteoporosis is, 10, 20 years before it starts showing up. And so anyways, we love progesterone. I'm a big fan. And regardless of if they have a uterus or not. Good question, Josh.
Yeah, no, same. I have, I don't think I have any female patients who are not taking progesterone. And they all either love it or there's some sort of a neutral thing where like, I don't know if I notice a difference or not. And even half of those will come around and say, you know what? I stopped taking it for a while because I didn't think it was doing anything. And holy cow, it really was, because my sleep is better with it or something, something like that. Or I had one lady who told me that her husband asked her what was different, and that's how she found out that progesterone was really doing something. She's like, well, it turns out I'm an asshole when I'm not on progesterone. So and those are her words, not his. She's like, I'm paraphrasing him, but he was trying to politely tell me that this isn't going well. What's happening? So yeah, it can have a nice calming effect. It's good stuff.
So we don't need a uterus to go on progesterone.
Don't need a uterus. No. And even so, another thing back to PCPs, not being the best for hormones is we've had PCPs. Yeah, they don't prescribe it, or they'll tell our patients to come off of it that they don't need it, and they'll be like, "Yeah, for my cold dead hands," and they're like, "They told me to come off of it," and same with the estradiol. We're getting that. So it's been a weird kind of message to y'all the other day. I feel like. The other day I had like 3 or 4 PCPs trying to take our female patients back because they felt good, and they're like, well, I'll just kind of take their hormones over. And so it's like, well, maybe I need to go. But then it's like the next day we had like 3 mismanaged, like their PCPs gaslit them and, like telling them that everything's fine. And it's like, okay, well, we're still going to be just fine. There's still a lot of that going around.
Yeah. Yeah. That comes
We have,
full circle on that main topic of the day that, it applies for women too. Your PCP is maybe not your, you want them to manage your hormones, or you think you do, but maybe you don't.
Yeah.
we have a girl that works for me. Her husband's one of our patients, and he goes to a local PCP. I know everybody that works there. Actually did an in-service at this particular office before we opened to just kind of introduce them like what we did. And everybody in the office looked at me like I had 5 heads. So it's funny. He goes on TRT, and he had some blood pressure issues when he first started, but since he's been on, he's lost 60 pounds. Okay.
Yes.
Like his blood pressure is completely normal. He's down into like a normal pant size. Everything's back to normal. It took about a year and a half to get there. It was a journey, but he's there. And it's funny. He tells me he goes into his PCP's visit, and he's like, and he got like somebody in the office I don't think he had seen, but it was like chastising him about going on it. And he was like, so what are you doing to lose the weight? And he was like, the testosterone and just like some work. And he's like, so tell me about that. And he's like, no. You didn't have any interest in me being on it before. You were trying to tell me not to take it.
Yeah, I'll give you the guy's card.
Try to like white knight your way into like pretending that now you care about it. You didn't give 2 shits about it a year and a half ago. You're trying to tell me not to take it. And now that you see that it actually works, you're trying to like sneak in and be like, well, I can take care of that. No, buddy. Take a hike. So
that's what we get a lot. Like they won't do it. And then they work with us for, 6 months, 12 months, and, they're stable. And then they're like, oh, well, I'll just prescribe those for you. You keep seeing me. And it's like, we took the risk. We did the work.
Yep.
We did the follow-up labs. We worked with, the sleep, the exercise, nutrition, mental health, stress management. And then it's like, oh, after all that, you just want to be, just like you said, come in with the white knight and be like, oh, I'll just do that for you. It's like, you could have done it 18 months ago if you cared,
Right. You don't care. Yeah, it drives me nuts, man. It drives me nuts.
Does it get covered by insurance then once they do that?
Sometimes, not always.
Progesterone's not always covered. Estrogen generally is, and testosterone is never covered. So,
yeah, there's still no FDA approved testosterone for women.
I think if they did approve that, insurance companies would be like, honestly, I think that's why the FDA won't approve it. There's no reason for them not to. But I think insurance companies are like, dude, if you put us on the hook for that, like we're screwed.
Yeah, no, there's something to that for sure. Yeah, there's
I think that's why some drugs don't ever reach approval, because of insurance. They don't want to pay for it.
Yeah, insurance ruined healthcare without a doubt.
100%.
It seems like a good thing, but it's just not.
And they're just too big at this point to fight back. Like they have constructed modern healthcare, like without a doubt. We're just, so basically me and all the staff met today about it, because we're going to switch to one of the health share plans. Of course, we're very fortunate to be a medical clinic, so we can handle each other's a lot of little things, but the health shares really seem to be not bad.
Who are you using for your health share, Mason?
So I just 2 of them are already on Zion Health Share, and I just got off a meeting with them yesterday, and I was like, I'm kind of in. It seems pretty good.
We have a health share. We use Impact.
Impact? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna write that
they're
down,
good. The business pays for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably message you about it, and we'll kind of just compare.
They're very popular in Texas, so that's why you were like, oh, I was like, is it impact? Because like they're really big in Texas.
Okay, well that's good. So one of the questions earlier was like lab follow up. What's our typical? Mine's 8 weeks, and I like 8 weeks after starting testosterone, so that if you're using a long half life like cypionate, which are the most popular, it takes about 6 weeks to get steady state levels. And then I like you to kind of live there for a couple weeks, see what your labs are, and then check and follow up. And then I pretty much followed quarterly for about the first year or so. And after a year, sometimes we're still adjusting some things, with thyroid and stuff. But after the first year, if you're stable, I kind of push them out every 4 to 6 months after that. What about y'all?
Yeah. Yeah, same. I saw Josh answered in there 8 weeks after beginning. So that was a question. But I tell guys, 8 to 12 weeks after starting or a dose change. I mean, 8 weeks is great. But that's I think that's as soon as you should do it. Because like you said, you want to wait for it to reach steady state, and you have time to live with that steady state. So we can compare your symptom resolution to the dose you're taking and your lab values. But there's nothing magic about 8 weeks. If at 8 weeks you're feeling awesome, and it's not convenient to do it. If you did it at 12 weeks, are we going to miss some big window? Or like, oh, you were dangerously high or dangerously low? There's nothing crazy there. So if it went to 12 weeks, that's fine too. Most guys just seem like they really want to know though. So, we ended up doing it closer to 8 weeks. They want to know, hey, should I change something? Should I not? And then after a couple of ollies, if we have, 2-3 lab results where it's all steady and the same, we're not making dose changes, then, what are we doing? Why do we need to keep checking this? And we can maybe go to twice per year. If a guy's really stable for, a couple of years on something, you could probably check it yearly and be fine. I don't think there's any problem with that. I personally like to check other labs and see other health markers twice per year just to keep an eye on stuff. But I don't know how really necessary it is.
Yeah, I'm younger and I still get at minimum twice a year. And, because I'll randomly throw in something different. This last time I threw in my fatty acid profile just for funsies, to see if that's something I want to follow more. Will I follow it on, most guys? Probably not. I just wanted to see. I take high dose fish oil, so I wanted to see. It's still pending, or I wish I would share my results, but it's been like 10 days. But sometimes I'll check, like the last time before that, I checked all my homocysteine, LP little a, apolipoprotein B, ferritin. I hadn't checked a ferritin before, and all those kind of things.
Yeah, it's nice to sprinkle some of that stuff in there too, so you're not getting it all in one blast, and someone's paying a lot of money for a lab panel. So just do those occasionally. I like that idea.
Yeah, I should have thrown an ultra-sensitive estradiol in there just for talking point, and I didn't think about it. I just did it like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, you need to match Mike's 100.
I know. I wanted to see if I could beat him. Everybody wants to beat testosterone levels, but I wanted to beat Mike's estradiol level.
I had to go back and look at one because I have one. I kept saying it was 104, but I think I actually have one. It's like 130.
Nice.
130.
Yeah, I had to go back and look. Yeah. Oh, is that the cut point, Matt? Where you're worried? So you weren't worried about 104, but 130.
You're gonna have 130 is where
we found the
you're gonna have gyno. You're gonna have gyno. You need an anastrozole immediately.
Yeah, I had 2 guys ask me over the past 2 days about checking their estradiol, and I let people check it. I tell them, hey, I'm not going to be a gatekeeper here and say no, but you know what we think. And they even said it before they even asked me. He's like, I know we don't worry about estradiol, but can we check it and see? So I told them we can, but what are we going to do with that information? But if you just want to see it because you want to see it, that's fine. But if you suddenly develop symptoms after seeing the number, I'm going to give you shit. So if you're okay with this set of facts, let's fire it up and get it ordered. So we'll see how it goes. And these guys are pretty, they're pretty good in their head. I don't think it's gonna mess with them too much. They're just curious to see. Maybe they want to show off and see if they get a high number too.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't argue. Like, it's kind of the same. It's just sometimes it's just fun to see. I don't know about fun, but it's just interesting to see where you're at and everything. Again, even if it's not actionable, just kind of like for me, myself, just to see where I was running these days. I used to check it because it was in a panel that I'd order a preset, and I don't check it routinely now, just because I built my own panels and I don't like it. But hey, Chad, yeah, reach out anytime. We'd be happy to help. Or just shoot us some questions if anything pops up, anything along the way. Be happy to be a resource for you.
I like to check my estrogen just to tell people, so because they always ask me, "What's your estrogen?" And I'm always like, "I don't know." So then I asked Josh, I'm like, "Can we check the one time just so?" And then it was like 70. So then people are like, "What's your estrogen?" I'm like, "What's 70?" So I needed an answer because I kept saying, "I don't know."
Yeah. No, it's
Hey,
kind of
Kelly,
nice.
how are you?
At least you have some data, and you can say, well, that's why you don't think it's a problem because yours is fine. So now you have that that comeback. So that's good. I think I like it.
Come on, guys. Everybody needs a scapegoat, right? You got to blame your problems on something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and estradiol is a good scapegoat. If we could start blaming people's poor marriages and their lack of sleep on estradiol, it would probably make my job easier, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Has nothing to do with your diet and lifestyle. Come on. It's always the hormone's fault.
Yeah.
I cut my finger the other day, and it was like a big chunk out of my finger, and I was like, "God damn, freaking estrogen again!" But, that's it.
Yeah.
So,
I had a good injury a couple of weeks ago. I got a bougainvillea spine in my thigh. There was some branches. The landscaper was here and cut the bougainvillea down pretty good. So these are some nice thorns on this thing. So it was a branch hanging out of the garbage can. I was out there throwing away some garbage. I leaned into this thing on accident, and I felt a sharp thing. It's like, so I kind of smacked at it, and the damn thorn broke off in my leg. So that was fun because it was below the skin. So I had to numb it up. I couldn't grab it, so I had to numb it up and do a little cut down with an 11 blade to get the damn thing out of there. So that was fun.
Oh, nice.
Little home procedure. Cool.
Mike's bringing out blade sizes and everything. You know it's serious.
Yeah. Luckily, it's always got to keep some of this junk around the house. You never know.
that probably wouldn't have happened if your estrogen was like 120.
That's probably why. I was probably not thinking very manly about my approach to the garbage can.
Right.
And
there you go.
That was a lady injury.
Lady move.
Damn it. It's all coming together. Yeah.
Some of those are really tough. Urgent care wise, like people get a thorn and, it just kind of goes through their arm and, it looks like it's just under the skin, but I've had times where it's like, all right, I'm going to make a little incision. It's going to be right there. And I'm like having to dig and move around. And they can be really tough and tricky. And then, I've even had times where it's just like, man, I can't get it, but now I've made it a path. It should work its way out. Just let me come back and let me take another look at it in a week or so. Here's some Keflex.
Yeah.
Do you think we'd get more viewers in here if we started talking about peppers?
Oh, it would be filled.
Some peppers.
Wait, do you still have to?
Is in peptide groups?
Yes.
I don't know if you can say that word. I think you have to.
I was about to say. Will we get banned?
Did I just crush it? I just ruined it now. Oh, we're shut down. Damn it.
Kelly's peppered out.
No, she doesn't want to hear about it. Yeah, sorry. It's here to stay. That's gonna take a long time to kill. Man, and the kids and the peppers. It's crazy. I have my some of my friends' kids keep asking me about it. They want some peptides. All my friends are taking it at school. They're all on the Ratatouille, and can you help get me some? I'm like, this is a stupid question.
Looks maxing. That's the new thing I hear.
Man,
you gotta. It's I guess to try to make yourself look better. I guess.
Yeah,
because
it's like 1,000 little vials and put them in front of you like you're filling them in your kitchen, and you'll have 200 people in here. Like how many mgs of this should I inject, and how do I mix it with the backwater, and
what should I use for fat loss?
Right.
I'm looking around to see if I have anything I can grab to flash on the screen here. I don't know what I have. I have a week's supply of insulin syringes.
There you go.
A week's supply. Yeah.
That's so funny. That's really cool, Kelly. I'm glad you listen to the podcast and you find it very informative. I was telling Mason, before we got on, that literally TikTok lives were the reason Matt and I started the podcast. So,
that's awesome.
Because we were literally answering the first 5 episodes were the most common questions we got. So it was what testosterone, estrogen, SHBG, like all these questions. So we just put them. And you remember when we filmed those episodes, we sat down. We filmed every episode, like the first 5 in
2 days.
Was it 2 days or 1 day? I can't remember.
I think we came back and did the last 2.
That's right. It was like a Saturday and a Sunday or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
We had to save up. We had to save up energy for Enclomiphene.
It's hard to believe that it's been going on now for like a year and a half, and like literally January will be 2 years. Just
I know,
like not that far away. You know,
no,
it's crazy.
How long did it take for y'all
Factor still hasn't sponsored us. Okay, Mike. Just FYI.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with those guys. I thought for sure I'd hear something.
We're trying, man.
Those bastards.
If Macrofactor sponsors the TRT Dad Unscripted podcast first, man, that would just be amazing. I would love it.
It would be hilarious.
Someone actually asked me the other day what happened with the TRT Dad podcast, because I haven't seen you on there in a while. They wanted to know if like we were still friends or not. So I told them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean?
We need to make an episode be like, we booted him out. He was voted off the island.
Yeah. So what the hell is it? We just had something not like a couple weeks ago or something. It's funny. And internet time goes by too fast. I think people
just tell them that there's the requirement is an estrogen level of under 110. So you've exceeded it, so you can't come on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my next
criteria.
blood work. When my next blood work comes back, I'll see if I'm.
Your blood work gets sent to me, and I'm like, oh man, he's at 112 estrogen, so he can't come on.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to get some fake blood work. I had to borrow a donor, have someone go and give him my ID.
Go like dope it. Come on, man.
Like your drug tested.
I know we're gonna be
you're
good.
You're getting the P for your drug tests at work. You know, you just gotta get somebody else's blood
idea.
And buy it.
Here's a question: is 3 injections better than 2 with the same dose? And is 3, like whenever you say same dose, is that the same weekly total? And 2 is just symptoms. You know, like I have some who definitely do better with 3 times a week injections over 2, but then sometimes they just don't feel much subjectively, as long as we're talking about equating the total weekly dose. And sometimes you can even decrease the dose and still feel better. Okay, good. Yeah, so same weekly total, you know, and sometimes you can still even decrease it, but it just depends. It's real individual. If you don't mind injecting yourself 3 times a week, I think it's probably better for the vast majority of people. But like always saying like, yes, it's for sure better, it's really hard for me to say. I tell guys, try it for 6 weeks and see how you do. You know, if you like it, stick with it. If you start missing that 3rd dose most weeks, then go back to twice a week because you'll do better. It just depends on how compliant you are.
I have a thing here. We're going to ask the audience here. I'm going to ask Kelly, since she's in here and she's listened to our podcast. What would be somebody we would not recommend to do 3 days a week on? There we go. Cue the Jeopardy music. Like Final Jeopardy. I'm putting on the spot.
Nobody said it. Mike, you can answer. I've been yapping.
Man, look. He freaking nailed it. Someone with high SHBG.
Oh, nice.
There you
Heck
go.
yeah.
Look at that.
Although
Good job.
I'll play devil's advocate here though too, and I'll say that, you know, guys with low SHBG, it's more important to manage their frequency than with the high. So I've had guys with high SHBG, and they're like, I want to do daily, and they think they feel better on it, and it's really fine, and they do okay, or they do 3 times per week, and it's really fine as long as we're getting their levels high enough overall. It seems like they overcome it. Whereas the other way, you get a low SHBG guy and he wants to do twice per week. SHBG is in the single digits, or it's 12, something like that. That doesn't go so well. So yeah, but in general, yeah, no, I think that's a good direction.
My SHBG's it's like stuck in the mud. When I did 2 injections a week, it was 17. When I did 3 injections a week, it was 17. I do daily, it's 17.
Yeah, it's hard to chase the SHBG itself, right? I mean,
I don't worry about it. Some people just hang around a number no matter what you do.
I think 17 is my number.
You know, I'd never been over 20 on mine until I added thyroid, and last time I was at 22.
Yeah, I was going to say thyroid will get it to go up, Matt, but it's not a great reason to take it on its own just because you would.
But no, I would not.
Makes it go up.
I would not take. Yeah, fair.
Oh yeah, estrogen. Yeah,
I'll say that is what makes it tough for women's hormones. Is if we're starting a person, a gal on testosterone and estradiol, we've had their estradiols go from like 80 to 150, same estradiol go from like 80 to 150, which also pushed their SHBG at times from 80 to 150, and then they've came back in their testosterone levels 200 now because it just floated with the SHBG. Their free didn't really change that much, and they're like, oh my gosh, am I gonna start growing a penis? And it's like, no, free testosterone is still fine. And they're like, I feel good, I don't want to change anything. It's like, yeah, we're just gonna keep it riding. That's just from the increase in estradiol that we did. It made the SHBG go up as well.
Yeah,
that's funny.
No, you can get some crazy high SHBGs in a woman. Plus, age is going to raise it too, Matt. So just wait. You'll get older, and it's gonna
eventually.
It's like, yeah. No, he shared it. Kelly said she was in the bathroom. Okay, Kelly, I get it. You were in the bathroom when we asked you that question.
She went and listened to the podcast real quick.
Yeah.
Speed listen.
I'm teasing.
Yeah. SHBG is an interesting one, and it's so it's not something you see commonly checked. I still have so many guys come to me that just never had one done.
Yeah, which is crazy. I just don't see how you. So, and it's funny. I was starting to listen to the Keith Nichols thing, and he said kind of quickly that he doesn't check SHBG because he follows the free testosterone, but I don't know how he's calculating the free testosterone without SHBG.
Right.
Well, if he's not calculating it then, right? He's getting the liquid chromatography mass spectrometry.
Yeah, I guess. Does that just come with a free testosterone?
It can.
I mean, I haven't. Okay.
It can. You can order it two ways. You can get it with just the total, or you can get it with both.
But it has to factor SHBG in there somehow, right? Or am I just?
I don't think it does.
It would have to. Because,
I don't know if it does.
Well, I mean, like internally, how they would spit it out there would almost have to. Like it wouldn't give you the lab result, but they would have to use it in their calculation. So maybe it checks for like a certain marker or something.
I have to look back and see how they do it exactly. I thought they were doing it as a direct measure. I could be wrong. I thought it was like a free dialysis measurement of the thing or something like that. I have to look back at the details of it.
I can tell you that Quest's labs are not accurate in terms if you convert them from their picograms to nanograms, it's off by 30% usually. So,
Mike, you may be right. It says equilibrium dialysis, true direct measurement, just physically separates free testosterone from the protein-bound testosterone. So it can measure the unbound fraction directly and does not need an SHBG. And this is Quest.
Yeah. I get a lot of Quest. I'll do a lot of Quest ones. I'll have guys who want to run it through their insurance. And then sometimes we do, we get that one because they want to. Like they've had it from a prior place, so they want to compare apples to apples. And I'll get that and the SHBG. And when I calculate it, those two are pretty damn close. I mean, like within tenths,
are they
within tenths when I check it? Yeah, I don't think I've seen it be off by more than like a few tenths. But
so it's different too. That's the equilibrium dialysis way compared with the LCMS. The LCMS does need the SHBG, which makes sense, but. Interesting. I didn't realize it was this equilibrium dialysis can physically separate it. That's wild. I didn't know that was a thing. So, thanks for teaching me today. I appreciate that.
I need to, again. Don't quote me on all that. I mean, if you're reading it off the screen, that might be what it was, but it's not one I typically get because it costs more money. It takes longer to come back. And the
Yeah,
calculated using
I've
the
ordered it a
SHBG
couple
just works
times.
really damn good. So I don't do it super.
Yeah.
I don't do it super often.
Yeah, because we use LabCorp, and even then, it's an expensive test, and I think it's like a 7 to 10 day turnaround, which typically our normal
Yeah.
stuff, they get it like in the morning, and we get it the next morning. We get all the results, and so, and I mean, again, calculating it is very accurate, so there's no reason to want to drop another $100 for a test that takes longer to do just because it's fancy.
Yeah, I agree. I think SHBG, I mean, it's kind of nice as a health marker too. I mean, you get a little bit of information about what's going on. So I like it for that too. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, just a general where you're set and stuff. And, some people are sensitive, like they can fast and it'll go up, or limit their carbs and it'll go up. But, I've tried manipulating, so to speak, mine, because I've always kind of been on the lower end. Like 15 to 20 is kind of where I hang out, and I'd like it to be like 30, just from, again, a health marker standpoint. Like my stuff looks fine. My fasting insulin's great. Hemoglobin A1C's 4.8. Cholesterol looks good. So it's like, I'm not going to say I'm not healthy from a lower SHBG, but because I do agree that it's a decent health marker to look, that I'd like it to be at the 25 to 30 just for funsies kind of thing, but
Funsies.
Yeah. I don't want to brag. That's where mine is. But last time I told you that, you guys told me I was old, so I'm not going to repeat that. I'm not going to fall into that trap again. You're not going to trick me. Maybe if you doubled your thyroid dose.
Yeah, and I just went up from 90 to 120.
That's why I said it. That would be an interesting experiment. 240.
I don't know if I could tolerate it.
No, man. Even hearing 120 gave me some palpitations a little bit. That's a
yeah.
You need what you need.
I had a guy on 180. Okay, so 3 grains, and he came from another clinic. They also had him on 490 milligrams of testosterone a week. They had him dosing 70 milligrams a day. His testosterone level, I think when we got it, was like greater than 3,000. And I was like, hey man, like, how long have you been doing this? And he was like, 10 months. And I'm like, this dose? He goes, yeah. And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
How do you feel? He's like, I guess okay. And I was like, all right, well, we're gonna calm it down a little bit for you.
How many do you think these are they're just cranking out those all day, every day? It's like that.
I know.
It's like, where is the threshold? We don't really know, but I can tell you that's past the threshold. Like wherever it is.
I have no idea how they got him to that point, but they had him on 180 of thyroid, and I backed him to 120, and then I backed him to 90, and he comes to me at our last visit, and he goes, yeah, I just feel like I'm hot all the time. And I was like, yeah, your thyroid's too high. I can pull it up actually. And I was like, you need to go back on your thyroid. I said, your basal body temp's it's probably just too high. Hang on, I'll tell you exactly what his thyroid was. I think it was pushing 5 or something like that.
Yeah, the right amount of thyroid,
which isn't crazy.
You start getting too high, now you're cooking muscle, and that's not what anyone wants. It's not a good deal.
His free T3 came in at 3.3, but that was before he took his pill for the day. So our prior thyroid was 5.5. So he was toasty.
Just free T3.
Yeah.
Imtal, do you know your SHBG, and are you symptomatic? That's kind of my main questions on starting testosterone.
That's the question there. What are your opinions on one starting TRT, 567 natty, 38 years old, so probably 567 total testosterone? And yeah, you're right. What's your SHBG, so we know what your free T is, and what makes you think you want to start it too? Like, what are your symptoms? Because we start getting back into that talk about, do you treat asymptomatic low testosterone, or are you really asymptomatic? Those are two big questions.
Yeah, I like your
definitely over 30.
I liked your Dr. Draper podcast with it, and
Yeah,
I've
we
had
had a good chat. He was good. He's a good
I've had
dude.
experiences too where guys felt asymptomatic and were low testosterone, and I just kind of monitor them for like I 3 different guys that I can think of that were low. They felt good, so I wasn't like overly pushy to start them on it or anything. It's like, oh, let's just keep working on body comp, and they came back in, and one of them, their testosterone had dropped even more. Still felt good per him. And he was like, you know what, but I'm just ready to try it this go around. And, I was like, okay, sure, I'll go along. And then he was like, I feel amazing. I can't believe I waited so long. And I was like, but you never really felt bad. And he's like, no, but I just didn't realize how good I could feel, And so that's where, having a couple of those like that has been where I'm not pushy. Again, if they feel fine, I'm not going to push it, but I just kind of have those anecdotes of letting them know like, hey, yeah, I've done it. And guys just typically still do better, and then, and I don't sell it like this either, but and I'm sure y'all have seen it, but guys who start testosterone, they just seem to be a little bit more, not aggressive, but they're just more, forward thinking. They start the business, they apply for the promotion. They're not just content with the standstill anymore. And then so they start making money, they make more money. And that was what one of these guys had. He was like, look, if I never would have started it, I don't think I would have applied for the promotion, and I got it. And now not only am I like killing it with the promotion, but I'm actively trying to make things better along the way. And I just don't think I would have had that drive without it in the background. And this was a guy that felt fine, for everything.
Yeah, you're more motivated, you're more decisive, you're taking care of business. But yeah, if you're just low testosterone, it's not like a viral illness or some big bad thing that just strikes you one morning. You wake up and you're like, oh, I have the flu. It's not going to hit you over the head like that. It's a slow decline, so maybe you don't notice it. You're living with your new normal. It's almost like someone slowly becoming anemic versus someone who's bleeding out. The guy bleeding out's going to realize it pretty damn quick. The guy's slowly becoming anemic with a little drip is going to slowly feel crappy over time.
Yeah,
I had an interesting new case too. A new patient, someone with thalassemia trait, and his testosterone is it's borderline. Free T is on the it's like 10, something like that, right? So nothing that any PCP endocrinologist, urologist is going to jump out and say, oh, you're hypogonadal. But the guy just is tired and dragging, and worse as he's getting older, and he just runs a little bit anemic because of his because of what he has going there, because of his genetics. It's like, well, we're going to get you a boost. Not only going to boost your free T up, we're going to boost your hemoglobin and hematocrit up. You're probably going to feel pretty damn good, have better exercise tolerance. So I'm curious to see how it goes with this guy. It should be a good one.
Yeah. Kind of the same with women. Some of the times, back to kind of the slow drip anemia, we've just found them and they've had friggin' single digit ferritins. And, we just put them on.
Bleeding out every month for.
Yeah.
30,
and they
years.
just, it's slow. So they just learn to live with it. And then we get them some iron infusions and they feel like a new woman. Same with guys. We found low ferritins in guys, some from overdonation, some from, maybe something GI related or something. And, or even if they're mildly anemic, testosterone gets the hemoglobin hematocrit up and they do better just from that. Just exercise capacity improves and everything just from more circulating blood volume.
Yeah. Yeah. And even just the, anemia of chronic disease, or you get some of these older folks too. And it's an interesting one. We just did we did an Alaska cruise with my in-laws, me and my wife and the in-laws. They wanted to go. We're like, yeah, we haven't been there. Let's check it out. So we were on the younger side of the demographic. There's a lot of 80-plus-year-old folks on there. And man, there's some folks. I mean, you look at a case used for probably some people that need some testosterone. Lots of sarcopenia, lots of people real pale looking. I could have tuned up some people. I only handed out a couple of cards. I should have handed out probably about 900 cards, but
Is Alaska full practice authority?
I honestly don't know. It's a good.
Hang
Is
on,
that
I
where
can
you
tell
went? Did you? Is that where you went? I may have missed it. Were you at an Alaskan cruise?
Did I? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we did a 9-day. It was cool. Beautiful place. Beautiful place. If we went back, I'd probably do it off the, not a cruise ship thing, but we saw some cool stuff. Awesome people. Super cool. Definitely different way of living. Talking to some people who live there, they all have freezers full of salmon and venison and elk and all this good stuff that we take for granted or pay $40 a pound for here. So that was pretty cool.
Alaska is full practice, by the way.
Okay, I wonder how hard it is to get up there. Which,
Interesting.
I mean, like, I like to just, if anybody says, I typically send them to Carrie up there.
Yeah,
did y'all
I
meet
do
her
too.
at Silverback?
Yep.
Yeah, she's awesome.
So
For sure.
that
was a cool
typically send
place.
them to her.
I could picture.
Is Silverback on this year?
I don't know.
Is that?
I don't know.
I know. Did I start this rumor? I don't know.
You did.
I've heard.
You did. They're gonna come knock. They're gonna come knock on your door. Be like, hey man, what are you doing?
I mean,
I don't know.
you bought tickets and you haven't been refunded, right? Or as far as you know, it's still
No,
good.
I don't think so. Yeah,
Okay.
but you would think by now you would have heard something. But I mean, I guess it was in November last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or August. I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll shoot them a message here and see, because it'd be nice to have some, be able to plan something else. If not,
I
Yeah,
had
'cause-
Evan ask Justin, just last week after we were talking about it, and he said it's probably not going to happen. But
I wonder what's up. I mean, it looks like it's been successful. I mean, yeah, some people had some dislikes last year, but overall,
so I think it grew year over year. So I don't know what happened there.
we need to do our own.
No, exactly.
Yeah, this was like, we'll just have our
I
own
think
more layperson,
Bring it to the people.
working dad.
yeah, we should. Do it. What city do you want to do it in?
Yeah. I don't know. Where's somebody cool? We're all licensed in like Colorado, right? We could just go to Colorado and then have a little vacay and just have a little meetup or something.
Yeah, it might be fun.
Talk to some people.
Yeah.
Or if you want to
I'll
go
try-
international, I think Josh mentioned international. We could do like on the Amalfi Coast or something cool.
I'd be down,
I wonder if we took it to Europe, you'd probably get a lot of European people to actually come.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I've never been to Europe, so I'm definitely down
That'd be
to
cool.
make an excuse to get over there.
for sure.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do one stateside, then we could go international.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
get
got to be
Dr.
a place that people want to go to, like, travel to.
Yeah.
I thought
yeah.
Orlando was a good place. I liked Orlando. It had a lot to do there.
Yeah. Yeah. The tough part about traveling for a conference though too is you go somewhere too cool and you don't want to be stuck in a conference room.
That's
Right.
true.
Right?
Yeah.
You're hanging out. There's a beautiful beach outside in Hawaii. You're like, I'm looking at these four walls and listening to this guy talk. Like, man, I wanna go out there and swim with
Like,
the
that's a
turtle.
good point.
So yeah, I think that's where a place like Orlando comes in pretty good. The weather's nice. You're close to some other stuff to do before and after. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll have to work out some details here. I think it's not the craziest idea.
No, I don't think so either. And you could start it small, just like do like 100 to 200 people. Don't do anything bigger than that. I
Yeah.
guarantee
Yeah.
you'd probably be able to fill that up. Especially if you geared the conference towards not providers, but geared it towards actual people. Now,
Yeah,
I
sure.
think you're gonna have providers come anyway, and you're gonna need them to come. But I would also make the overall goal to get people from the public in.
Yeah, I mean, I would like just the general lay public, and it's like, again, the questions we all answer every day, and again, just trying to make it, so I'll say like our practice, a lot of times I talk to like essentially the general public, like, hey, body composition, strength training, shoot for twice a week, and but also try and get some cardio most days, where you get a little sweaty, a little out of breath most days of the week, and just try and make it sustainable for the vast majority. Of course, it's always nice to talk with the guys and gals who are super bought in and want to optimize everything we can. And of course, we can dive deeper with those people. But also just like, hey, there's a lot of freaking misinformation and a lot of stuff on social media. Come to us and we'll just kind of help you filter through this and how to, live the best life that you can. And we all still, love our wives, love our kids, and, just not blasting gear and stuff, so it's just kind of more of a everyday guy kind of guy and gal meetup kind of thing would kind of be how I would envision it.
I'd like to do it at kind of like a retreat if you could. Almost like a summer camp vibe. That would be really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. We all go to bed at 9 and sleep 8 hours.
Yeah. Well, that could be the problem with some of those things too. Yeah. You're there and now you're socializing late and it's try to get up in the morning. I think that's what you guys did to me at that last one. You were
I definitely
overserved me.
Yeah, and then I got up at 5 and worked out, and the pastor guy was in there. And see, the guy's like, he was a cool speaker.
He was
stuff.
No, he was awesome. I would put him on a guest list for sure. He was a great guy.
Yeah,
I like that a lot. Yeah, no, we'll have to talk more about this for sure. I think it's a good thing because you're right. I think normal folks want. We were talking about, silverback versus, I think I threw out there silverback versus chimp. I think more guys would, not necessarily want to be a silverback gorilla, but, he asked me if they want to be a chimpanzee. If you shave me down, you notice I'm in pretty great shape, pretty nice, fun loving creature, but I could also rip your face off if I needed to. It's a good happy medium to be in. You don't need to be in, silverback mode all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the warrior in the garden kind of thing.
Capable and and healthy and living life and not getting too crazy all the time, but taking care of business.
Hormones, nutrition, sleep, just that stuff. That's what people want. That's what they want to know.
Yeah. No, for sure. Because I've had some great. I had a lady I talked to the other day. One of my patients. I think she's my oldest female patient at 73, but she's been working out pretty hard now for the past 6 or 8 months. And she always said, "Man, when I used to go get my blood drawn, I always told me I had small veins and I was a hard draw, a hard stick, right? They'll say." And she said, "I just thought that was just me." She's like, "But this last time I went and got my blood drawn, the phlebotomist said, 'Man, you have great veins.'" It's like, huh. She's like, "How about that?" She's like, "I've been going to the gym. I've been hitting it hard." She showed me a picture of her arm. I was like, "Hell yeah!" It's like that's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff right there. You're just healthier in general, and that's a good thing to be. Other than just having guns, being able to have venous access in case something bad happens to you is not a bad place to be either. So
Sure.
yeah, it's pretty good stuff. What do we have here? Oh, you get that SHBG, huh? Free T is 9. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, so MTOL, that's definitely a number that I put guys on testosterone all day, every day, especially if they're symptomatic. So it's worth getting kind of checked out just to see, especially if you have had a decline. It's hard to kind of promise, we're going to get you feeling like you're 18 again, but I do think that you'd likely have benefits from getting your free testosterone from 9 to 25 to 35, somewhere in there. And then also, sleeping, stress management, exercise, that kind of stuff with it. And Kelly we kind of brought this up a bit earlier, delayed ejaculation. Those are tough. I'd say those are one of the tougher ones. Josh, he had mentioned he trialed coming off Tadalafil to see if that made a difference. It did not for him. I do think P5P is good. It helps antagonize the prolactin, help improve dopamine. And so that's pretty good. I kind of have a myriad of things I'll try. I'll try DHEA. I'll try Oxytocin. I'll try HCG.
HCG,
and ACG is probably the one that is most easy, and it's just, it's very independent though. Like some guys love it. They feel subjectively better on it. It improves penis sensitivity. It helps the delayed ejaculation. Some guys absolutely hate it and they cannot tolerate it. And so
if he's against injections, he's going to have a hard time managing that. You can try DHEA.
DHEA, and also sex therapy. Sometimes those guys have it's either increased tension or not enough tension. It's like, and so sometimes they have to learn to relax a little bit or sometimes tense up. Typically it's relaxing for the delayed ejaculation. Something else that I've seen that I don't know how much of a thing that it makes a difference, but they start on testosterone and now they're having sex a lot more frequent, if not daily. And so now they're going from every 4 days and lasting X amount of time. Now they're ejaculating every day and they're just refractory time is just longer, and so I think that it also contributes to it, is just they're just not factoring in like, oh yeah, I used to not ejaculate but once or twice a week and now it's 8 times a week, and it's just going to take longer for those times. I think that's a conversation to have.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, and whether that's solo or with a partner, and then how it is, how is porn factoring into that too, because that can spin some guys out too. Now all of a sudden they're they're delayed significantly, and they're leaving that part out completely. That there's a lot of that happening. And again, you start getting back into is that directly hormone related? Not really, but yeah, you supplied the sex drive, and now you might have overdone it a bit.
Yeah, and you have a good point. Masturbation I use as an assessment technique, like both with these guys with premature ejaculation and delayed ejaculation, I just ask them, if you masturbate, do you have the same problem? And if they say no, then it's like, okay, there's probably some psychological component to it. Whether it's, they're, trying to be thoughtful of the partner and, trying to prolong for them, and then now they can't, or, et cetera, et cetera. And so sometimes you can use the masturbation as an assessment point and then just try this other stuff.
How about have you guys messed with oxytocin for this at all? I had one guy try some oxytocin troches and swore it helped him.
Yeah, nasal spray. I haven't. What was your dose on the troches?
Oh man, I'd have to look back and see. It's not
25.
They're all over the.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It came as one you can maybe quarter or half.
Yeah,
too, right? So I don't know if
they usually come in 100 or 120.
I think this guy was doing 25 or 50. It was something like that, if I remember right. Which is like up to half a troche. And who knows? It's hard to know how much is that really helping. Is that a little placebo even too?
Right.
Taking this magic melty thing that's going to make this all good, and now you just chill out and you're better. That
magic could be. Melty thing.
Well, if I was going to describe a troche, what is this thing you ordered? Why is it called a troche? It's a magical melty thing. Don't worry about it. Just take it.
Just take it. It's like a cough drop. Just put it in there.
It's delicious. What flavor do you want it in?
My wife commented last week that things are not like they were before, but not like before TRT. Because before TRT, was whatever that time was, started TRT and it was a lot longer, like double the time. And I've probably cut that in half since, I don't know how, but just switching to daily injections. And I didn't notice. Really? My wife's like, it doesn't go as long as it was before. It's like, it's still longer than before. And I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. I said, what's changed? I said, the only thing that's changed is daily injections. I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but.
So you tell her, now you're complaining about this too? I can't win with you. Did you just tell her
that? Can't be happy all the time, Got to be something to complain about.
Daily injections, there's something, man. It's you could fix a lot of things with daily injections, but it's a double-edged no pun intended here, but it's really, if you can be compliant with it, it works. It works great for a lot of guys. Some people claim they don't notice a difference, but it can fix a lot of things if you're willing to do the daily jab. Pretty good stuff.
I don't think there's anything I've noticed. Like I tell guys, I don't think I feel any different from 3 injections to daily, but there's like little things. I guess the thing with like my wife, I've noticed that, but that was the only thing. Other thing is I kind of like it doing daily because it's like a morning routine. I just get up. It's part of the thing. It's just every day. I don't have to worry like, wait, what's today? You know what I mean? It's just every day we do it and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of guys.
In the house.
Yeah, I see KG's in the house. That's my boy.
You want to have some good conspiracy talk? We need to get KG on, man. He's good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, what's y'all's favorite conspiracy theory? Outside realist, I shouldn't have said anything.
Hat on.
Man. Let me go get my foil hat.
Oh yeah, yeah, Matt, you love this stuff, right? You want to do a
This is
side
right up my
show
alley.
on this.
Right up my alley. What is my favorite conspiracy? I don't know. Is like aliens a conspiracy?
No, stuff
Yeah.
that's real isn't a conspiracy.
Darn, there we go. That's a good one.
I'm just
They basically said, hey, aliens are real, and we were all like, yeah, but our taxes are still high. Can we just move on? Like nobody cared.
Right, I know. I've been a big alien guy like for a long time. And it's like I don't know if I believe or not. I'm like right in the middle, you know? It's like I could be swayed either way, but I watch all of the stuff and I go deep into it.
I like the reptile overlords. That's my favorite.
Oh, the reptile.
Yeah, with the eyes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about the giants in
Antarctica?
the mountains in Afghanistan or something like that? Did you hear about that?
Wasn't
I've
that
seen
just
in
on Rogan?
Antarctica.
That was just on Rogan.
Yeah, I heard that on Rogan. The giants, that there's these giants, they found all these bones. And these people, they're like, aren't they like 10 foot tall or something?
That's what they were saying. Like it's like this tale that I don't know, man. They got a bunch of good ones. CERN's another good one. KG and I were chatting about that the other day.
I don't know what that is.
The Hadron Collider, the particle collider in Switzerland, that shoots the particles around. They collide them.
Yeah,
So-
time traveling or what?
It's just there's maybe there's like all these theories that it destroyed the world and we're in like an alternate dimension and it could have shifted us into one, which is why things got weird when they turned it on and they just turned it back off.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Like not that long ago. So
yeah, simulation. That's a good one. That we're living in a
They
simulation.
turn it off then. So we're stuck in some alternate reality, or
Right.
what does that mean?
We're stuck in wherever.
yeah, I don't know. It's they have all these crazy theories, but it's just fun to talk about.
See,
it.
when
It's
I read
definitely-
that, I read it as corn, and I was going to say, yeah, that's a bullshit. Doesn't seem like a real thing. That's not a real vegetable. How can that be a real thing? Now I see you're talking about something different. So,
yeah, the alien thing to me is kind of crazy. Yeah, there he goes. It said it created the Mandela effect, right? Which is why, like, Fruit of a Loom, for example, people will swear it had the cornucopia. It definitely had it. I had shirts on as a kid with the cornucopia, but then they were like, "Well, no, it didn't have it." And I'm like, the Disney thing where she like flicks it and like it has the little bright thing. Apparently, that didn't happen, and they just try to tell you everything didn't happen, even though people remember it differently.
Right.
Subtle things. Chick-fil-A.
The Berenstein Bears.
Wasn't Chick-fil-A like CHIK at one point? I don't know.
Wait.
I would maybe.
is it not still?
I wouldn't. That's what I was about to say. I'd be like, I would
No,
not
it's
know
actually
if
the word chick, like CHICK. I thought it was just CHIK. But I don't know.
Well, great. Now I'm going to have nightmares, so this is perfect. Thank you. All kinds of weird shit's going to happen in my dreams now. That's crazy.
That's my
Well,
wife. I
regardless, it's
can't
not
watch
stopping
TV.
me from eating their food.
If I watch TV in bed with and my wife's in there. She has to fall asleep before I put something on because she can't sleep with the stuff I watch. She's like, this stuff, it gives, like, why do you watch this stuff? It's so weird. It gives me all kinds of nightmares.
Yeah,
I'm like,
load that
I
up
don't
in
know.
your head and then try to get some
Yeah.
sleep.
Before I go to bed, like every night I watch, let's see, I'm watching, what's the thing, what's the name of that show I watch? Skinwalker Ranch. Have you seen that show?
Oh no,
Yeah, it's wild, dude.
that
It's
sounds
all
like a
fake.
porn flick or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Where
right.
you're going? Where you going with this?
It's a place.
I
I think
don't
it's
know if
in
I want to
Utah.
Google that right now.
I think it's a place in Utah. I think it's in Utah.
Sure.
All kinds of weird shit happens there.
That's funny. Oh man. Hey Matt, with how old is your son?
9.
9. Oh, okay. Oh, so he's still a little young. I was going to ask if any of these guys are training and lifting weights at 9. It's a little young. They can still go through the
Some
motions.
of them are doing like they do push-ups and stuff every day.
Yeah,
And
that's
you can
awesome. I
see
like the
them.
body weight stuff. Even just practicing movements without being crazy and straining yourself if it's
Yeah,
if
you
it's
can see the
supervised.
kids. You can see the kids that do it. Like they have like muscle tone. Like because we do push-ups every day. We do like 10 push-ups. If they jump off sides, the whole team's got to do push-ups. And you'll see kids like repping them out, and other kids struggling. It's just
no, it's an advantage. It's an advantage. I was asking. I was just catching up with my brother earlier, and my nephew. I think he's 15 now, but we started him on a weight training program about a year ago. So I was checking in to see how he's doing. So he's like, yeah, he's going 5 days a week. He has some of his buddies involved. He's not getting injured as much as he was anymore at soccer.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
he said he's he's got a 6-pack and he's super fast on the field. He does they do like a 2-mile warm up before he practices, and he does it in like 11 minutes or something crazy.
Nice.
You got to be kidding me. It's like, yeah, it's nice, man. It's good for kids to be hitting that stuff. Keeps them from getting hurt.
Yeah.
Gets them feeling good.
Yep. Teaches
Teaches them a life lesson. It's good. It's good shit. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, that's why like after football ends, we do wrestling. I mean, we're not like a wrestling family, so we're not like because wrestling can be
No, that's
a
some
cult.
hardcore. Just the just the training for that is
So we just do it for basically exercise, and then baseball.
It's a good
And we do
skill to know
basketball.
too, man. If you need, you know what I mean, that could come back and help you sometime.
Right, and that's it. Right,
You protect
just
yourself. You know how to wrestle. You can
that's
do a
exactly
number on
it.
someone.
Yep, that's exactly it. And it's good. I mean, they do a lot of cardio, a lot of like I mean, you're wrestling somebody, so you're moving them around, building muscle. So
Yeah,
It's
get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Right, it's not
Yeah.
feeling great.
Comfortable being
Some sweaty
uncomfortable.
kids.
it's just like when they're 8 and 9 years old, they just someone cries like every time. Like whoever loses cries every single time. It's just like, and it's like an adrenaline dump. I think a lot of it. You know
Oh,
what I
for
mean? I don't
sure.
think it's like.
Oh
I think
yeah,
it's
you're
just
so
because-
frontal when you're a kid. It's just you can't even help
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it's not
Right,
even
and then
that you're
it's like-
sad. You're like I don't even know what the fuck's happening. I just don't even know.
No, and then like 10 minutes later, they're just like eating soft pretzels and just like laughing with their buddies. But but there's like a 10-minute thing there where they all pout and they throw their gear and put their head down, cry. It's
Oh
like-
yeah, my
But-
nephew and my niece were both doing jujitsu tournaments. This was a few years ago. My niece, she was probably like 10 when she was doing this. She was telling me, she's like, man, going against the boys is hard. And
Yeah.
she was beating them though too, so she was winning. So like, I
Yeah.
guarantee you, it's harder for them, right? You're out
Right.
there, some 10-year-old boy got his ass kicked by a girl, but
That's
it's
exactly
part
it.
of the way it goes.
10 is probably the point where like the last point where you can start to where they have to start to separate. You know, because like 11-year-old boys, like there's a kid in the neighborhood who's 11. He's I guess he's, how old's Cam? 12? He's my daughter's age, 12. And you can see that there's like a muscular difference between when Cam stands there, like his shoulders are round, and, and like the girls are all just, so it's like at that point there, it's like, well, someone can get hurt, but I think 10 is kind of like the end of when we can do that stuff, and after that, we got to split them up,
Yeah, until you get to the professional level again, then no one cares anymore.
No, the professional level, you could just, we got a couple
declare it.
NBA guys going to the WNBA now. So
Is that real?
think-
I
Yes.
get, I see this crap come across the socials, and I never know if it's real. So that's a real thing.
I think it's a real thing. 2 of them are going to be playing in the WNBA.
Interesting.
They'll
Are
probably
either
score
your
70
guys
points a
managing
game.
their hormones?
Right.
Not me.
Man, that's crazy.
That's above my pay grade.
Yeah, that's wacky stuff. I don't know, man. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. So what are we looking at here? It's been on for a couple hours. I don't want to wear you guys out. It's getting past
Yeah.
your bedtime here. So I think maybe we'll
10
wrap
PM
it
on the
here.
East
Unless you
Coast.
got any last minute questions there, or anything else you guys want to throw out there?
I agree with KG to Ghost. I think there is a portal near Skinwalker Ranch in Utah.
Well, maybe
you
this is
travel.
where we should have the conference.
I would love to have it there.
There we go. It's all coming.
would
It's
love
all
to have
coming
it there.
together. It's all
Yep.
coming together. I like it. All right. Yeah. So my plan is, we'll see. I don't know. See how this thing comes together. If the recording actually works, maybe I'll try to throw it up on YouTube too. Put some links and stuff to the clinics and everything. But you guys want to mention your clinics and your sites and stuff? Could throw them out there. What do you think? Go for it, Mason.
Uh-oh.
You're muted, bud.
Can't hear you.
Try now. No, I think it's still connected to your earbuds.
Oh,
All right.
man.
Well, Mason is from Live Oak Testosterone in San Angelo, Texas. He treats patients in Texas. And what other states you have? You have Iowa now, right? Right? Is Colorado on there?
Yeah, I think he has Colorado. He has Florida.
Florida. Bunch of places.
Yeah, and
Iowa,
I'll put
Florida, Colorado.
There we go. Yeah, in
Texas.
Texas. Yeah, I'll put a link below in there too. We can see it. And Josh is trying to conquer the world with all of his states he's collecting.
Well, it's largely driven because of our podcast. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know, KG, I don't know if anybody has Utah. I don't know if that's on our list or not. If it's not, it probably will be at some point. But we will have like 30 states by the time October rolls around. And that includes California, much to my chagrin, because of their weirdo prescribing laws. But we added a bunch of other ones too. More difficult states to get into. So we should have the Carolinas. We should have Georgia. We'll have. I'm already in Pennsylvania. I live in Pennsylvania. So, and my clinic's in Maryland. So we treat all of PA. Like half of my patients are from Pennsylvania. So the question is, are you a Steelers or a Philadelphia fan? Is
that one of the screening questions?
That's where the real thing is, right?
Mm-hmm.
You click
What part of
the wrong
Pennsylvania are
button,
you
the
in,
intake
Paul?
just shuts off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Click it wrong.
Go Bears.
Nice.
So anyway, I have a bunch of states. I don't have them listed. Steelers, good. I'm Steelers as well. Matt's Eagles. Not
Wrong
that we
side of the
dislike the
state.
Eagles. We're just all Steelers. So are you Western PA? Wait for this reply.
Yeah, and what you're not going. You haven't been started treating patients, Matt.
I've started. I don't know if you know. I have a buddy, T Dizzle. We're starting like a little clinic. We're going to start selling peptides. He's got a guy who sells this stuff. Tren. I don't know. We're going to start doing.
Yeah.
We're just going to see how it goes. You know what I mean? Like, he texted me something. I don't know. Mix some stuff in the bathtub. I don't know. I got some vials coming, so we'll see how it goes.
It sounds fine.
You know?
It sounds fine.
Yeah.
It was good.
It should be
Matt
good.
has the benefit of not having any licenses to lose and just
None
operating
whatsoever.
in a gray area. So it's really fun.
Yeah.
It's really
like
all okay.
pretty much like everyone else on TikTok. just not a care in the world. I could just say whatever I want.
I like it. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I'll throw a link to my. Well, you could just even click on this thing. You'll see a link to my stuff in there too. But I currently have. Where am I now? Arizona, Colorado, Florida, Washington, Montana, West Virginia, Vermont, just got the ball rolling on New York, which apparently takes a long time because they needed they wanted my kindergarten transcripts and stuff. So I don't know how that's going to go.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'd like to add some more. I saw I mentioned in here that Utah was an easy one. I don't know. Maybe Kelly's already in Utah. I remember I had them on my list of states to try to get to because I know some folks in Utah. I forget why I put it off. Probably just got distracted.
Is Kelly in Florida? Is that where?
Hey, Kelly, where's your clinic at?
I don't know why I think it's in Florida.
She's in Florida. Yeah, I said I am in Florida.
What part of Florida?
I'm not sure how I know that.
Yeah.
I may have talked to her.
Oh, she's in Bradenton. Very cool. So she's over the bridge from St. Pete. So.
Oh, Tampa. Tampa's a good spot to have.
Yep, she's over the bridge from St. Pete, over the Florida Sunshine Bridge or whatever it is. It's a nice bridge, actually.
Nice.
There you go, Mason. I think maybe it kicked in.
Yeah, it took off my.
Yeah,
Sound like you're underwater a little bit, though.
Can you hear me now? Is that better?
That's a little better, a little quiet, but you're
Skyway Bridge
progress.
That's weird. I don't know what happened. I had the headphones in the whole time.
Yeah, now you're good. Now you're good. You know the Bluetooth thing with if you have multiple devices, that can really get some crap going. I had that going the other day too. I don't know, man.
You probably said something. The Mossad steps in and cuts you off.
Yeah,
That's what I was wondering if TikTok banned me or something.
Yeah. It was me. Yep. It was me screwing with you. I'm like, Mason, tell us about your clinic. Mute, and I just hit the thing. Like, watch this. Let's make him squirm.
Yeah,
screw with this poor guy.
Fail.
Awesome. Well, you see here, one of the comments is, "Oh, I just moved from Montana." Yeah, that's a bummer. Where'd you move to, man? And we've had some, occasionally we'll have some folks flying to see us too. I just had a guy come in and met him out for a cup of coffee and we established care. And then, he was here doing something in town. So sometimes, depending upon the state you live in, we can make that kind of thing happen too if you happen to be traveling and around. So worth putting that out there too. But at any rate, all right, guys. Well, maybe we'll wrap it here and let's revisit this conference thing soon.
Yeah, let's do it. I think it'd be great thing to do.
Awesome.
Cool. Thanks for hosting, Mike.
This is good. Yeah. We were off. We had another bumpy start, but I think overall not so bad. We'll keep trying to improve here. Yeah. All right, guys.
Got it.
Cool, man. All right. Talk with you guys soon. Be good. Thanks everybody thanks everyone for joining and for the questions too. Everyone have a good night. Take care, guys.
Yep.
Thanks, Mike.
See ya.
See you guys.